No one likes a nigger. Dude, that sounded, you know what I mean though.
Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdette's Newsstand, and we are going to tackle a subject I haven't ever talked about on this channel, or a person rather, and it's causing quite a bit of controversy for absolutely 100%, in my opinion, no reason. Now, there are things within this article we're going to speak of that I disagree with, completely 100%. But it all started with a tweet, and imagine that. All of the outrage is always on one platform, one of the most cancerous platforms on the net, and I personally have no use for it. I think if you want to control your anxiety and a little bit of the issues you have with being toxic, Twitter's the place to get rid of. It really, really is. I have no use for it. So, we're going to talk about the one tweet that sparked this fire, and that is, Ninja says parents should parent their kids, citing that it is not his job to teach kids about racism and white privilege. Okay, alright, there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, normal people would think there was nothing wrong with that. Now on this channel we've covered a lot when it comes to simple stuff like, well, are you infecting the comic book industry or the entertainment industry with these SJW policies that are essentially ruining them, slowly but surely putting them downhill, while you have creators that are failing upwards? And Ninja made his place in the world. Do I watch this? No, I actually haven't watched him in a long time. Do I agree with a lot that he says? Sure. But in escapism, and that's what Ninja essentially is. He is a person that children or even young adults go to for escapism. They go to watch him play Fortnite. Yeah. They go to him to watch him entertain them. They don't go to this man to learn about racism and white privilege. Now, do I think it's his responsibility as a massive influencer to remain non-toxic? Of course I do. I think when you have a platform that is that big, you have a little bit of responsibility to be a decent human being, to be an okay person, to treat your followers, to treat your subscribers with respect and show them respect in return. But it is not your job to teach them about racism. And actually, we're going to go through the interview here by GameSpot, and we're going to talk a little bit about what he said and what I disagree with, and what I think most people realize, that escapism should remain escapism, no matter if it's video games or comic books or movies. It's okay to simply let it be escapism. And what if this man, Ninja, has different views than the parents? Then it is not okay for him to lecture those children about things his parents disagree with. So, it says Ninja was asked several questions by the publication about a number of things in his life, from his plans to transition to voice acting to his comments a few years ago about not playing games with women. And I actually saw, at least in my opinion, I thought that was really respectful to his wife. He simply didn't want to play with women because it made him uncomfortable, and he wanted to respect his wife. Women, gamers, should be able to respect that, and I honestly do. So one question in particular was centered around the behavior of the kids who frequent his live stream. When asked what could be done to mitigate the oftentimes infantile and inflammatory comments made in the chat, which inevitably tend to dissolve into some form of derogatory or racial slurs, Ninja said it all comes down to parenting. 100% couldn't agree more. It all comes down to parenting, Ninja said. You want to know who your kid is? Listen to him when he's playing video games when he thinks you're not there. Here's another thing. How does a white kid know he has white privilege if his parents never teach him or don't talk about racism? I think at least here in America, depending on where you're listening from, I think most people know racism is bad. I think we've grown up and kind of been cultured to realize to treat people the same, to understand that equality is the number one goal, and to not look at people differently than you simply by the color of their skin or their sexuality or their gender. And that's pretty normal here. That's 100% normal, but it's gone so far left that the woke are now completely almost in agreement with the racist, and it's really sad. So Ninja went on to say his job to teach kids about it is not his job to teach kids about culture or topics related to race, because his first instinct is to assume he's being trolled in the chat. And I get that. I really honestly get that. I've seen in my own personal live streams some terrible derogatory comments, and I look, whether it is sexual in nature, derogatory in a racist way in nature, I assume it's some sort of troll. If they're gaming and their first interaction with racism is one of their friends saying the N-word, they have no idea what it is. What if it's on my stream? Ninja asks. Is it my job to have this conversation with this kid? No. Because the first thing that's going through my head is, this kid is doing this on purpose to troll me. If someone says a racial slur on someone else's stream, it can potentially get that streamer banned. It's awful, but that's the first thing I think of. People are known to go to other people's streams to try and get them deplatformed by saying some terrible things. The first thing people are going to think of it is either a troll or somebody that absolutely hates your platform. And honestly, most of the time it is. At the same time, however, Ninja noted that the internet's illusion of anonymity does embolden people to say what they want. Ninja still thinks parents should get involved, though. I don't think it's gaming. I think it's internet culture. I agree 100%. People are behind the screens. They say they want and can get away with it. You have complete anonymity. Your information or data are precious and should remain private. But it sucks that there are kids who can say racist things and be incredibly aggressive and threatening to women online and have zero repercussions. It would be awesome when someone said something threatening, you could be like, let me look up this dude's gamer tag on this website. If the law could do this, not a normal person, and then boom, it's Jimmy. He said this. Let's call his parents. Now, there are parts of this I disagree with. Anonymity online causes some people to say some terrible things. I've been a victim of it myself. I've seen terrible things in my comment section, and it is horrifying at times. To go to that point means you are vilely, vilely hated. Now, his audience is way younger than mine, so you can't compare apples to oranges. These are children. What you are saying here is you wish you had the ability to dox children. And I'm not okay with that, not even in the slightest. These kids should be learning basic fundamentals of being good, non-toxic people from their parents. And not every parent out there is going to do that job correctly. So then they have school and relatives and guardians. It all falls back on the people in their life in real life, not Ninja or the culture or the community that surrounds Ninja. I don't think at all it is his responsibility. Well, we went through the interview. It wasn't bad, right? The thing I disagree with the most is basically doxing children. And obviously he said leave it up to the law, so we'll leave that there. But this causes an outrage of people calling him racist, people calling him terrible names, and of course the snowflakes within our culture are going to go after him. And now, of course, Ninja is canceled even more. Now, let's be real. Ninja has enough FU money and enough on his platforms, whether it be on Twitch or I think he was on Mixer for some time or YouTube. He's not going to see effects of this in any way, shape, or form. Maybe a dip in subscribers for a few days, and then it's going to boost right back up. But we have people like Zombie Kills, and this woman is very much known for using her identity and gender to get her ahead, whether it be on Twitch or with certain companies. She says, Ninja said what he said about gaming with women, and he still has a career and a platform. This woman, Zombie Kills right here, does not respect the sanctity of marriage. That is made clear in this first sentence. If I or another black person said we can't game with a whole race, he never said that. He said a gender, but she wants to make it about race, right? Again, doesn't respect any women or any sort of relationship. We wouldn't exist. There is no cancel culture for white men. I disagree. I think Louis C.K. and some others would greatly disagree. I think we've talked about it plenty of times on this channel. People like Johnny Depp would disagree. But of course, Zombie Kills, who uses her color and her sexuality to get ahead, has no idea what it's like to be in the real world and actually have to have a massive platform, because she does not. And simply be responsible for being a positive, decent person in that chat. His whole brand, she's going to take it a step further, is cultural appropriation. Hello, a white dude that dressed as a ninja. What? No, that's simply his name. He's not culturally appropriating anything. And it's not cultural appropriation when you are dressing up or playing a character like on Halloween. Don't play this game. We can win. You're obviously not too educated when it comes to the likes of real world politics and real world life. Now, if you go through this tweet here, and it's absolutely disgusting, some of the things that you will see. He talking about how he acted as a teenager. Mind you, this man's in his 30s. Why are you bringing up how he acted as a teenager? Do you realize people grow? Do you realize that people change? You can't condemn someone for what they did 10 plus years ago. That is called cancel culture, and it is something I am 100% against. Now, if he said something absolutely terrible last year, I could understand, but he didn't. He didn't. We even have people posting videos of him saying the N-word, except for I went through it, and he didn't say it once. Not one single time, but okay. All right. It says he sounds like he doesn't want to be held accountable. Why should a role model stand up against racism and white supremacy anyway? Obviously, they're being hyperbolic there, right? There's a lot that agree with him. But on this platform, how toxic and how terrible it is, most are saying he is wrong. I'm curious to see what you think, because this, in my mind, is one of the silliest controversies I've ever seen. If you are a parent, parent your child. Don't expect the likes of the internet culture to do it for you. None of that is okay. You had a child to raise them and raise them correctly. Talk to them about what you deem you should talk to them about, not what Ninja does. So anyways, let me know, of course, what you think about all of this. I think it's absolutely insane. But again, in the day of internet culture, does a day go by that's not absolutely insane? I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon and subscribe stars. You guys literally make this channel possible. Huge thank you to Cage the Mick, Robert Mick Twiz, Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris Z, David L, David Rofford, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Mighty Balls, Mike Buckner, Maizen Barbosa, Ruskart, Ryan Decker, Robert Hoffman, and Doc Holliday. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for all your support. Don't forget on the way out to like as always if you enjoy the content and hit subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.